So, you're planting a vegetable garden. Expect this. You will get insects, you will get weeds, and you will get diseases. I'm not saying absolutely the first day, but at some point, a little rain must fall. And that, again, insects. Here's a couple to look out for. Squash vine borer. Squash vine borer is an insect that you can tell, squash vine borer. So what it does is it lays its eggs at the base of your squash plant stem, and the eggs hatch, and like they'll tunnel into your squash, and all of a sudden your squash will collapse. And it's like, what the heck is going on? I don't even see an insect. And that's because it's inside that stem. You need to control the adult before it gets a chance to lay the eggs. So what do? It's pretty easy because you can go with a organic. So let's do a rundown here. So when the cucumbers begin to flower, or your squash begin to flower, red and black moths lay shiny mahogany brown eggs, usually on the stems near the plant base. And these little caterpillars hatch in about a week or two, and they bore into the stems and feed for about a month, and then they pupate into the soil. And there are 2 generations per year. And again, it will overwinter in the ground. So if you have them last year, you're going to have them this year because they're still in the ground. And guess what? They found a home. You can put chemical sprays on them. Like, for instance, any of the thrins labeled for vegetables, pyrethrin, for instance, permethrin, those are labeled for vegetables. You can use those and that it will control it, but you can't kind of skimp. My favorite would be actually spinosad. If there was one vegetable insect control that I would choose, it would be spinosad. 1, it's organic. 2, it has a broad spectrum label, kills so many different things because there aren't insects that are resistant to it the way that other control products are. Let's put it that way. It's you don't want all your hard work when you're ready to go and start to harvest, or you're starting to get your plants, all of a sudden do this stem collapse and you're left with nothing. So please go ahead, and when it starts to flower, go ahead and do an organic spray of spinosad every couple of weeks. Okay? And you're trying to get it towards the center or where the flowers are, and you will be very, very happy. My particular dreaded, because on the farm, we didn't spray a lot, and I had to go out and pick Colorado potato beetles off of the tomato plants and put them in a coffee tin full of kerosene. I hate tomatoes to this day. I don't like tomatoes, but yet sun-dried tomatoes, ketchup, tomato sauce, I'll eat that. But give me a raw tomato? No, not me. So Colorado potato beetle, they're actually kind of pretty. They're a beetle, and that on its back, on where the wings are, that it's a tan beetle with black stripes. And the small ones, when it lays eggs, you'll see all of these usually orange egg masses underneath the leaf of tomato plants. And oh my gosh, when they hatch, they turn into these gummy beetles. They're this pinkish color with black dots on them, and they will devour your tomato plant overnight. Make it a skeleton. And you'll see it mostly on tomatoes, but also you're going to see them on eggplant as well. Again, spinosad. Spinosad works. 8 works, and that you want to use it, and that whenever you see them, start spraying. And that you want to make sure you're getting under the leaves too, because that's where they're going to lay their eggs. And you don't want to get an infestation of Colorado potato beetle. They're awful. Cabbage loopers, people think I'm crazy when I go after those cute little white butterflies flying around and I try to crush them. They are the worst. Cabbage loopers are not our friend. They aren't pretty moths. They aren't pollinators.
We have to apologize to the kids at Bloomers when they see us going after them and they start crying.
Mommy, look at that, man. He's killing those butterflies.
Yeah, they're not butterflies. Sorry, kids.
What they do is that they will lay eggs onto, obviously, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, all of these specific types of cold plants, and they will absolutely devour it. I mean, they go from tiny little caterpillars to these big, monstrous, fat caterpillars almost overnight. And that they can be controlled by BT. It's another organic product, but also spinosad also will work. You got to spray in order to keep them out. The one thing that they do also is they do spread a virus. So that's a virus that gets into the plant, can kill the plant. So it's like a disease that isn't necessarily curable. So again, spinosad, if I was going to get one, it would be spinosad. Then as far as disease goes, powdery mildew. Powdery mildew can be a problem. And that people think it's because it's real humid. It's like, no, it actually happens when it's dry. And that it can be controlled pretty easily. Most copper fungicide, mancozeb, neem oil as a preventative revitalizes a bio fungicide, so it's organic. I like that one. Revitalize from bonide. That's the fungicide that I would get for almost all of my issues. Just be ready. It's going to happen. It's okay. Does organic mean it's okay? You can spray organic insecticides? I'm telling you, yes, you can. But again, there are some purists that don't want to spray anything. So you eat the ugly fruit. If you've got questions about insects and how to control them, please call the hotline at 609-685-1880.